Assalamu alaikum all. How are you? Hope you're doing well and taking good care of yourself, your parents, your family, your hygiene and everything. I'm your teacher Nisa Jilani and I'm here to teach you English inshallah. So today in class we are going to learn about parts of speech. But before, as the beginning of anything, we always start with the name of Allah, the most merciful. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. O my Lord, relieve my mind and ease my task for me, and loose a knot from my tongue, that they may understand my saying. Rabbi zidni ilma. O Lord, increase me in knowledge. So children, today the topic we are going to do is parts of speech. In English grammar, a part of speech is a category of words that have similar grammatical properties. Part of speech tell us how a word is used in a sentence. As you can see in the picture as well, there are 8 parts of speech in English. Noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction and interjection. Each part of speech has a specific use or function. Now, we are going to learn about noun. What is noun? Noun is a naming word, means noun are words that name the things, person, place, animal or idea as well. Like for example, Ali goes to London. So in this sentence, we can see Ali is the name of a person and London is a place. So both are the nouns. As you can see in the picture, here are so many nouns like girl, city, bike, bed, playground, shoes, turtle, school, zoo, cat, coat. Okay, these all are noun. So for more practice, you can write some sentences at yourself and find out the different nouns in it. Okay. Now, most part of speech can be divided into subclasses, just like noun is also divided in many classes. The first one is common noun. What is common noun is? Common noun is used to name a person, place, animal or thing in general. They are not begin with capital letter unless they begin as a sentence. As you can see with the name like common. Common is something which is common in the whole world. So, common noun are common in nature. They are general names. Okay, they are not specifically for some names. Okay, they are general names. So we can always start these words, these noun with the small alphabets. Okay, as you can see in the picture, book, park, train, wheel, baby, candy. These all are like common nouns because they all have so many in this whole world. So that's why these are common in nature. Okay, so as you can see in the picture, these all start with the small alphabet, like, okay. So this is the example of common noun. Now we can learn something about proper noun. What is proper noun is? Proper noun is used for particular person, place or thing. Proper noun usually begins with a capital letter. As you can see, this is totally the opposite of common noun. A proper noun is the name of a particular person, place, animal or thing. Means, and they always start with the capital letter. Means common noun always definitely begins with the capital letter, because proper noun always for some important things we always say this is a proper noun. Okay, like no matter if this noun comes in the middle of the sentence or in the beginning of the sentence, proper noun always begins with the capital letter. As you can see in the picture as well, here is a doctor. Doctor is a common thing. We have so many doctors, but if we can write the name of the doctor like Dr. Jones, so this is a proper noun. Like mausoleum, we have so many in this whole world, but Taj Mahal is only one in this whole world. So that's why Taj Mahal is a proper noun. Same like crocodile, Snappy. Name of the crocodile is Snappy is a proper noun. Now we can learn something about concrete noun. What is concrete noun is? Concrete noun can be identified through one of the 5 senses. Concrete noun is like you can see it, touch it, smell it, hear it or taste it. Like a concrete noun is a noun that refers to something that you can smell, see, touch, tasted. Okay. For many concrete nouns, they are physically concrete, means you can touch them or see them. In other words, you can experience concrete nouns. You can experience these nouns with your senses. And hope you know how many senses we have. We have 5 senses. Like for example, if I'm going to tell you the example, here are some senses. If you can see in the picture, here are 5 senses which we can use to find the concrete noun. For example, what is that noise? So noise can't be touch, smell or see, but you can hear it. So that's why it's concrete noun. Done? So this is the definition and the example of concrete noun. So the next one is abstract noun. What is abstract noun? Abstract noun is name a quality or an idea. So definitely this is totally opposite to concrete noun. Abstract noun are words that name things that are not concrete. Our 5 senses cannot detect an abstract noun definitely. We can see it, smell it, taste it, hear it or touch it. An abstract noun is a quality, a concept, an idea, or may be even an event. Like in short, you can say quality noun, abstract noun is just a feeling. Okay, it's just a feeling. So concrete noun and abstract noun both are the different things. Okay, here are some examples of abstract noun like advantage, adventure, bravery, charity, enthusiasm, envy, hope, imagination. These are all are the abstract noun. Like you can see in these words, you can feel it, experience it, feelings, quality, trait, concept, idea. Okay, these are all make abstract noun. Okay, now countable nouns. Countable nouns are those that you count it easy. As you can see with the word countable. Countable means you can something you can count it easily. So countable nouns are those that refer to something that can be counted. They have both singular and plural form, like cat, cats, country, countries, but you can count it. If it is in a singular phase or in a plural shape, you can count it easily. Countable nouns are for the things we can count using numbers. Okay, as you can see in the picture as well, here are so many fruits, vegetables, salad, eggs, okay, pancakes. These all are easy to count, so that's why we can add all of them in countable nouns. These all are countable nouns. Countable nouns are those which we can count it very easily. Okay, the next is uncountable noun. What is uncountable noun? As you can feel with the name is uncountable. Uncountable noun are those that cannot be counted into numbers. Simple as like this is totally opposite to countable nouns. Uncountable noun are for the things that we cannot count with numbers. Means that is impossible to count. Okay, this is impossible. This noun is impossible to count. We cannot count these nouns in numbers. Like example, meat, rice, cereals. As you can see in the picture, cereal, milk, coffee, tea, soup, salt, flour, sugar, butter, cheese. These all are the nouns. These are so many in this world. Like you cannot count it in numbers. You just in numbers you cannot count it. Just measure it, but you cannot count it in numbers. Okay, the next is collective noun. What is collective noun is? Collective noun we use for group of person, animals or thing. As you can see, the name is collective. Collective means collection of something. Like collective noun are the collection or a number of people or things. Okay, like this noun denote groups of people, animals, object, concept, etc. Like if I'm giving you the example like family. Who makes the family? The people of the number of people makes the family. Okay, bunch. We can use a bunch of flowers, right? So many flowers makes So many flowers make a bunch. Okay, here are more examples of collective noun, like a board of directors. Here are so many directors in the offices. So uh, the team of directors called the board. So that's why we called a board of director. Here are so many examples. You can read it and learn it afterwards. Like material noun. Material noun, what is material? Material is something. Material noun that refers to material or substance from which things are made. Like material noun is a substance, an ingredient or a material that we can use to make other things as well. So all the materials we can include in material noun. For example, as I like to wear bangles. Bangles is a material noun, okay, which I can wear it. It's a material. I need some coal for cooking. So coal, you can say it in Urdu, koila. Coal is a material noun. Okay, that's why we added all of them in material noun. As you can see, here are some examples as well. Toothpaste, jewelry, money, rain, glass, wheat, gold, coal. So these all are material nouns. We can obviously, definitely, we can use it, we can wear it. Okay, that's why we call all of them material ingredients noun. Okay, children, this is the end of our today's lesson. Hope you understood the explanation of the topic. Now I am going to finish today's lecture with this dua. O Allah, entrust you with what I have read and I have studied. O Allah, bring it back to me when I am in need of it. O Allah, do whatever you wish. You are my availer and protector and the best of aid. Take care. Allah Hafiz.